A very good afternoon and a warm welcome to all you dear educators out there. Thank you to each one of you for joining us for this webinar series on Google's Be Internet Awesome. This program, as you all know, is aimed at empowering teachers, students, and parents while navigating the online world safely. This program was launched early this year and has received tremendous positive feedback as it is changing the way our young children are interacting online. Very happy and privileged to introduce today's host and mentor, none other than Ms. 𝗕𝗲 𝗜𝗁𝗍, the CEO, founder of Mahattattva, an educational transformational company. Even though she needs no introduction, it's an absolute honor to speak about her journey. A thought leader in technology integration and strategy for more than 2 decades now, Ms. 𝗕𝗲 𝗜𝗁𝗍 wears many hats. An educator at heart, her journey included being the leader for ICT at the British School, head ICT initiatives at Learn Today, that was the India Today group. She is also a BET Asia Leadership Awardee. At present, she is immersed in working with Google India on CBSE and NCERT projects and also Maldives projects for teacher training. Over to you, 𝗕𝗲 ma'am.
Thank you, Pramukta, and good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be back in the series, and we are looking at the Google program for Be Internet Awesome. I am absolutely delighted to be part of this program because I understand as an educator, you always want to do that extra bit for your students, and this is the best way you can. So what we are going to do is we are going to meet for an hour for 2 days, today and then on Friday again. And I am going to showcase you a program which you can run in the school as a short program that you do over 2, 3, 4 days, or how many days it takes according to the students that you select who have to undergo this program along with you. Or you can have it made into a year-long program. I think that's a more sustainable way to implement this program on cyber safety. And we are going to have this completely open-ended. We are going to share the resources with you. The certification, of course, you have to finish by the 10th of December. So whatever we tell you to do, how to do it, you have to finish that and submit to us by 10th of December, like I said. But continue doing the program with other classes in your school as well. I mean, we have to make sure that our children are safe when they go online, and this program actually makes it possible for you. So I'm going to start sharing my screen now. So like I said, we will split the program for an hour each. Today, I'm going to introduce you to the program. And then on Friday, I will make you, absolutely well acquainted with the curriculum that we have, which has been created by the Google team. And we will look at this page by page and see how this can be implemented in your classes. So we will start with the program. Like I told you, this is a Google program, and CBSE is actually supporting this entire initiative, this entire engagement, wherein we are going into CBSE schools and we are getting the teachers and the students acquainted by this. So this is something that totally has the entire program in a framework where you will be very well supported. I take a lot of pride in saying that whatever initiatives or programs or continuous professional development programs that we've done with schools and with teachers, we pride ourselves in saying that we provide a phenomenal support for that. And for this program as well, which started in July this year, There are people who have finished the program. There are people who've become master trainers as well. But some of you, wrote into us to say, your family's got COVID, you've not been feeling well, or you have commitments in the school. So you started the program maybe in the first batch, but you're still with us, and we will continue to support you in that regard. So please don't feel that you will just be given these 2 days of sessions and then you are on your own. My team is there for you, and please, that is the thing that we do beautifully. So please make full use of that. So you have met me. You are going to be with me for an hour. So I'm 𝗕𝗲 𝗜𝗲𝗁, and I will be there through this journey. You will also be seeing Manu. Manu is my general manager for Google projects, and she ensures the execution of a whole lot of projects that we do with Google. We also have 𝗕𝗲. 𝗕𝗲 is the general manager academics at Mahattattva. She and Manu will spearhead this program absolutely till the finish for you. Apart from 𝗕𝗲 and Manu, I also have very experienced people on the team. So we have Ashima. Ashima 𝗕𝗲, of course, has been a principal in schools and was in Vasant Valley. She will be your guide when you come into the Q&A sessions or the office hours. If you book them with us, she, along with the others, will be there to answer your queries. We also have Sonali. Sonali Bhatt has been a principal before she joined us and was again with Vasant Valley. She actually is a trainer on the Delhi government project for Google as well. Very accomplished. She will be able to support you in your journey for Be Internet Awesome. We also have Kajal. Kajal and Pooja both make sure that all communications are sent to you, the emails, the messages, the WhatsApp groups. They are controlling and coordinating all of that, and I will be showing you in a bit how this entire program support happens. But before we do that, let me give you a complete flow of what is going to happen in this session that you are attending today. We will be doing 2 webinars. Like I said, the one webinar that is happening today, and then there's another webinar of 1 hour on Friday. You have to attend both the webinars for your attendance. Please make sure that you do not ask us questions like, where is my certificate? How is the attendance coming? We are not looking at attendance or people, just showing up for a webinar. You have to give us quantifiable proof that you have done this program in your school. And after you have done that, you have to submit the proof to us with the names of the children, and then we will be giving you the certificates. There are no certificates for just watching the webinars, right? You have to give us evidence to say that this program has been implemented in the school. So the first step is to attend the 2 webinars. There is also a Q&A session that we will hold for you, wherein you can just unmute and ask. This is a one-way sort of a communication where I'm speaking and you are all listening live. But in the Q&A session, we will be giving you Meet links so you can unmute and you can ask your questions. So that is your first platform of interaction with us. After you have done the 2 webinars and the Q&A session, you have to read the resources and prepare your student engagement. In the WhatsApp groups, we also give you ready-made decks that can be used, ready-made slides which can be used for your engagement with the children in your schools. So if you so desire, you can have those as well. We have already prepared them. We have been sharing them very openly with the schools, and we can share those with you as well. After you've done the session with me and you have got access to the student deck, you have to take your class of students, maybe 40-45 children that you have in one classroom. You have to train them on these 5 modules by Be Internet Awesome. Once you have done that, if you want to do only one class, that's fine. There are people who have done more than 10 classes as well. There are also schools, two of them, Silverline Prestige School in Ghaziabad and DPS Greater Faridabad. They have become 100% Be Internet Awesome. So they have taken off this project in a very different way. They have gone ahead and they have said the whole school will become Be Internet Awesome. So if you want, you can try that for that as well. And we have our social media channels where we talk about such schools who have achieved this merit. After you have done the training with the children, you have to create a video of evidence. It can be a video, it can be a slide deck, it can be a PowerPoint presentation, or it can be a collection of just 10 to 12 photographs that you can share with us, and I'll show you how that is done. You have to submit that on the Google form, and we will be going on to that link very soon, and your work is done. So for the certification, there are no certification for just watching the webinar. For the certification, you have to attend the 2 webinars, and the Q&A session, of course, is optional, but you have to attend the 2 webinars to be able to understand what this program is. You have to take the resources, you have to train the 40-45 children in the classroom, get them absolutely acquainted with the program, create a video of the evidence that you have done that training, and you submit the program to us, and we will be able to certify you and the children in your classroom. So that is the entire format, the entire process for your certification. We have created quite a few channels for support. So I'm sure as I'm speaking, Manu is putting these down in the chat for YouTube. So we have a website that we have created for you. It has all the resources that you need, and I will be going on to the website shortly. We also have an email ID called BIA support, so Be Internet Awesome support at mahattattva.in. So you can write in on this email, and we will get back to you within 24 hours. We also have shared a link with you with the Google groups, so you can be in touch with the people of your group in the Google group that we share with you, and all the information and queries will go in there. There is a Telegram and a WhatsApp group for you to be in touch with the organizers. That's us at Mahattattva. And of course, you are all aware of the Mahattattva channel where we are streaming this session right now. So these videos, of course, will get stored in our channel, and if you want to see these later for the process, or to understand, or to get back with what was the email ID or the link, you can go back and you can see all of that in our YouTube channel. So that's about the support. And before I go ahead, I'm going to go on to the website and show that to you. So that is the website for you that we have created, and there is the first home page which talks about what this program is. So we are talking about how this program is going to get implemented, what it does, and how does it match up with the NEP 2020. So we are talking about the facilitators, the main facilitators, of course, for Manu and for me. And there are other people who are going to be helping as well. But on the facilitators page, we've got you the YouTube channel for the webinar recordings. We have the Google group for the trainings, which you can go and join. And of course, we have the Facebook page as well. So if I click on the Facebook page, you will be able to see that it is where the Google Connect is there. And we have the Mahattattva group as well, wherein you can go on and search for Mahattattva. And in Mahattattva, you will see that all the adulation that we have with people becoming master trainers and doing the Be Internet Awesome program, everybody gets the adulation here. So all your names, we have been running these from July this year, and all the names come up, wherein we celebrate your completion of the certification. So this is available on our Facebook page. And I'm back on the website. So this is about facilitators. And then I have the calendar. And in the calendar, we have, put in when are the webinars going to happen, so you can have a look at those sites. When is the follow-up happening? When is the master trainer happening? So you have the circular with you, the CBSE circular with you. Apart from that, you also have the schedule here with the time, so you know when to get onto the Mahattattva YouTube channel to watch these webinars. Then we have the resources page. In the resources page, you will get everything that I'm talking about today and using. You will get it here. So the official website for Be Internet Awesome is here. So if you click on it, it'll take you to the site with all the resources. This is the official site of Be Internet Awesome, and what we've created here is just for the program in India. If you want, you can just directly go here and you can access the complete curriculum, which is available on the second link here, the complete curriculum. This complete curriculum, if you look at these pages, 139 pages, you see all the modules are together. But if you go on to the website here, if you want to do just the unit 1 first, you can click on unit 1 and only the unit 1 opens up. So if you are getting too overawed by too many things together, you can access it from here unit by unit. You also have interactive slide decks with the peer deck added to it, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. And you also have vocabulary games which you can do with the children. And finally, you have the interland game. So there are 4 pieces of resources which you can use. So first one I've shown you is the resource, the chapter resource. The second one is slide deck resource. You can go on here on the main page, and all these resources are kept here. So if you click on this, any one of the resource, it'll ask you to make a copy, and you will be able to use that deck. So if I click on use content, it'll say, do you want to make a copy? So say make a copy, and you will see that this content becomes a copy in your Google Drive, and you can use it as you go. So this is about getting resources from the link that I showed you just now. And very quickly, I'm going to show you how to install Peer Deck as well. Peer Deck makes your Google Slides interactive. So you can have Peer Deck and you can get the children to annotate, you can get the children to interact, ask questions. So all of that gets integrated with Google Slides. So how do you do that? You can click on add-on extensions and click on add-on. And from add-on, you can go on get add-ons. So you click on get add-ons, it will take you to the web store for buying this add-on. But this Peer Deck that we are talking about is a freemium app or a extension. So it's taken me to the workplace marketplace. So I'm here. And if right now you can see that there is a small tick here which says that this extension is already installed in my deck. If it is not, you look for it here by typing in the name, Peer Deck, looking for it, and it will show you here. You click on it and it will ask you to, right now for me it says uninstall because I already have it, but for you it will say install. Since I'm also the administrator for my domain, it asks me for an admin install as well. So if you are that for your school, an admin for your Google Workspace, you can click on admin install and all the users in your domain will get it. So I have not done that for my people because some other people don't work directly with schools. So I have just done an install and it has got installed here. So how do I see it? If I go here, you can see here that my Nearpod and my Peer Deck are already installed. So if I click on this, it will open this up on a small little column here on the right hand side. One thing that you need to just keep in mind is when you are using Peer Deck, and that login and the login that you have. So you see here, I'm on 𝗕𝗲@mahattattva.in. And for this as well, I'm logged in. For Peer Deck also, I'm logged in using the same ID. So the Peer Deck will then talk to my Google slide. Okay. So here right now, I'm going to repeat this step just so that you know. In case you want to use the interactive resources that have been developed for you for the classroom, you just have to go and click on this. On the resource, say use content. It'll ask you to make a copy. And if you want to use the Peer Deck, you just have to get it from the extension. So it will take you to the marketplace. You just say get add-ons. And in the Google Marketplace, you just write Peer Deck and you can install it in your slide deck. It just makes it more interactive with the children. So if you look at this here, there will be activities like this one here. What other kinds of information should we be careful to protect? So when you have the Peer Deck on, the children can actually annotate over it and say a yes or a no. So they can cross it out or they can put a tick, because if you are using this and the children have devices, they can actually annotate on top of this. So this is how the Peer Deck works by making it interactive. So there are lots of interactive activities. So here should you share your address on the internet, or should you not share it, or should you share it? So it'll there's a little tag bar here, so you can move that towards yes or no, whether you want the children to understand that it is not safe to share your home address. So there are lots of activities like that. So if you have Peer Deck on, this will become interactive for the children. So this is how you use Peer Deck. And I'm moving on with the resources that I was talking about. So for every resource, there is a vocabulary, there's a Peer Deck, and there's an interland game. So in this interland game, we have when you have taught the children about a certain unit, you can get them to do this assessment. And when they play this, they actually have to do a whole lot of problem solving, thinking, critical thinking, and answer these questions. And when they finish this level, you can be rest assured that the children have understood the unit. So the assessment is embedded as well. This assessment, which is a gamification assessment, is available for the 4 units. The 5th unit, you will see, does not have it. And you can use that space for a summative assessment instead of having a gamified assessment at that point in time. There is also a pledge that you can get done in the assembly and do a video of that as an evidence. So that is available here at the bottom. We are also talking about assessment. So in case you do not have the internet connectivity or children can't get onto the gamification assessment, you can use the Google Forms, which we have given here as printouts. So if you don't have internet and you think that the children will find it difficult to do the assessment, you can go on to these Google Forms. These also have been created for you. So this is also a ready-made resource wherein you can just go and assess your children. Right at the bottom here is your assessment form. And like I said, you just have to fill this up for the children that you have trained. So what you have to do is you have to write your email, you have to write your full name, your school name, city, and you have to identify your COE, your contact number, personal ID, your CBSE ID. We've made that not mandatory because some of you don't have a CBSE ID. Here we are asking about you uploading evidence. So you will use upload your evidence. If you can do a video, very good. If you can't, do a PPT or images. And you have to, after you've done that, you have to upload the children's list for you. The template for that is provided here. So you can upload the names of the children just the way you want them on the certificate. Please don't make any mistakes there. And these will come to the children. So this is on the assessment page. The assessment for the children and for your submission. Both are here, right? So if I go ahead, there is a master trainer program, which is a different program. If some of you are chosen by your schools to attend this, you can attend that. But right now we are just looking at the teacher program today. And the last tab here is about your FAQs. So whatever I spoke about certification, the steps are here. We also have sample certificates. This is the certificate on the left, which you will be getting, and on the right, what your students, 40, 45 students, or whatever number that you plan to certify. These are the certificates that the children will get. You will get them on email as soft copies from the office, and you can either share them just the way they are, or you can print them and give them to your children. There are some FAQs that most of us have when we are doing a certain program. We put them down for you. So the FAQs are here. You just have to click on this collapsible little arrow and the answers are there. If you think that these FAQs are not enough and you still have questions, I've already told you that there is a Q&A session you can join. If that also is something that you can't, there is a help desk that we have set up for you. There is an email that we have set up for you. So that is biasupport@mahattattva.in. We also have a phone wherein you can pick up the phone and call. We know that teachers are busy in the morning, so we have set 2 hours in the afternoon and evening, Monday to Friday, where 3:30 to 5:30, you can pick up this phone and you can call. So this was the logistics about the entire program, and I have about 30 minutes, and I will talk to you about the implementation and the content of the program now. So we have the deck, which I told you that we will be giving you, and there are loads of resources on the website as well. I have also shown you how to get Pear Deck onto your Google Slides. Now we have, I'm just going to be here for a minute, and we have the QR code for the BI website, just in case you want to get onto it right now as I speak. And in the meantime, I'm also going to request Manu to put the link again on the YouTube channel chat so that people can get access to this. Because all the resources that I'm talking about, everything that I'm talking about is on this website. We have contextualized it from the global website for this program in India. So what is this program? I have given you the support. I have told you how this is going to work. I've also told you how the certification will happen. So all of that is done. But what is that, what is the content that you have to now take to the children? So the Be Internet Awesome program is a beautifully designed program, very simple and straight. And the entire curriculum is divided into 5 units. So it talks about Share with Care, where you talk about how, when you write on the internet, how does it affect you, and how people can access information tagged with you, and how do you leave a footprint which can't be erased. So you have to be very careful with that. So it talks about how you should share on the internet with a lot of care. So that's the first unit. We will be taking these units one by one as I go. The second unit is Don't Fall for Fake. So all your scams, phishing, all these kind of things that these SMSs that you get with links, and people have been cheated with a whole lot of money and information going away from their devices. So how do you make sure that your children understand that they have to share with care and they don't have to fall for fake? We also have the third unit, which is about creating powerful passwords. So this unit is about creating passwords in such a way that people can't easily guess them. In the fourth unit and the fifth unit, there are these last 2 units is all about emotions and feelings and being empathetic. And you can, relate it to your values that you teach the children in the class, wherein you can tell them how it's always cool to be kind. That's the name of the unit, wherein we talk about how, when there's a little bit of negativity in on the internet, it just proliferates so quickly because internet is quick, right? When we were in school, it did not disseminate so quickly. But now, because every person is connected by 3 or 4 devices, the information just goes like, wildfire. So how do we make sure that what we are saying online is kind? How do we make sure that it's positive? Because when you're kind and when you're positive, that is also going to go on like wildfire. So why not make the world a better place for everyone? So these are the little kinds of instances which are there, stories which are there, which you can get the children to relate to. And in the last session, where it says, when in doubt, talk it out, it talks about the responsible adult. So in school, of course, it's going to be you as an educator or a parent at home. But how do you make sure that you know that when you are undergoing cyberbullying or somebody is talking to you in a way which is not nice, how do you make sure that you get in touch with an adult? You are not alone in this, so don't think that you did something wrong and that's the reason why you are being pushed against the wall. It's all right to talk it out. So these are the 5 units, and each unit has a keyword attached to it. So the first one is smart. So how do you stay smart? By putting the correct things online and making sure that you have a positive footprint. Then alert is about what are the things to look at when you are going online. So how do you make sure that you stay safe? How do you stay strong? Strong in the sense, how do you make these passwords so that people don't get your information? How is that you are kind? So in the online space, it is called in real life. So how do you make sure that these comments and conversations that you're putting in are positive, so that you are the one who are making these choices? So in most cases, when children get confrontational online, if somebody says something, most of the children will have this urge to say something, and how does he have the last word? I'm going to have the last word. But if you tell the children to disengage, just move away, that solves it all for everybody. It makes the other person frustrated as well, as to why is this person not answering, and you have your satisfaction that you chose to disengage. So how do you, when you are online, how do you become kind, and how do you disempower the bullying behavior online? And the last one, of course, it says that you need to be brave, because if you are facing bullying, or if there is a friend who's facing this, it's okay. You are not a weak person because you are involving an adult in the communication. It's okay to go ahead and inform an adult about this, and so that you can communicate and find out what this problem is. So the trusted adult can be initiated into the conversation, and you taking help is not about being weak. You are actually brave when you do that. So these are the 5 words which you can have in your classes, in your corridors, and constantly talk to the children about. These are actually very powerful words. When the children go online, these could be the keywords that you use with them when you are working on this program, especially if you continue this program for the whole year. So we are going to just look at these modules one by one. The first one is Be Internet Smart, Share with Care. And you see, for all these modules, the internauts, these are called the internauts because the game is called Interland, and these people are called internauts. So children really relate to this. So I've seen children at least till 7th, 8th class who relate to these characters, and you can get them to become associated. And you can, just like you have schoolhouses, you can have 5 groups of people who can be advocating this particular module, and you can have it, like I said, for the whole year. So this is the internet for Be Internet Smart. And what this entire curriculum does is it first gives you the entire information about what this module is going to be about. So it is about sharing information. It will tell you whom to share with whom, how do you consider the consequences, and how do you keep the sensitive information to yourself. So it talks about the digital footprint. Remember, if you're not sure about what to share, talk it out with a trusted adult. So the crux of the entire module is given to you as a teacher, and this is from the teacher handbook. So you don't need to take notes or anything. This entire deck will be provided to you because the students one will have similar things as well. And what we've done is we have also picked up the goals for this unit. So there are certain goals which are there for the entire program, the overarching goals, and then there are goals for the module that you're going to do, the unit that you're going to do with the children. So if you look at the first unit, it has these 4 goals which are associated: create and manage a reputation, respect the privacy boundaries of others and of your own, understand the potential impact of digital footprint, and ask for adult. So this ask for adult help is something which comes up continuously. So you will talk about how you can reach out to an adult if you are in a sticky situation. So this is something which comes up in the goals, and these are snapshots of the units which are there and the activities which are there in the teacher handbook. And you will see how you can get the children to talk about what do you see in the frame. So you see a pirate ship, and you can see that there's a sea around, and you can see the flag, pirate flag, and all of that. But actually, if you zoom out, it is just a toy ship in a tub. So getting the children to understand that when you see things on the internet, it's not they're not always true. It's not always the truth, and you have to make that decision for yourself. So there are lots of examples, I think 5 or 6 examples for this. So what's in the frame here? It seems as if there's a tiger just next to this girl, but actually she is behind a glass curtain. So the tiger actually is not with her. So getting the children to understand what's real, what's fake, all of that, and these activities are all there. There are also scenarios, lots and lots of scenarios, and we will be talking about them in day 2, wherein you can throw these scenarios out to the children and they give you answers. So we have been doing Manu and Pramukda. We have been going to schools as far as Guwahati, and we have done these workshops in Jammu. We've done them pan India, and we found that when you start these scenarios, of course these scenarios will have foreign names, American names, because that's where the curriculum was built. But I am telling you and I'm assuring you that if you start with a scenario, very soon the scenario just jumps into what's going to happen in your classroom and what the children are doing in their home. Very soon, very quickly, they start talking about, what, miss, I have this mobile phone and I got a link and my mother pressed on that link and 5,000 rupees got taken away. So they have their they have their own stories to tell. So use these scenario points in every session that you have by getting them to talk and to get them to understand that yes, these kind of things are happening and the teachers are just making us aware of them. So another very important part of each unit are the takeaways. So when you discuss the takeaway of the unit, make sure that the children are listening to the takeaways, and more importantly, they are contributing to the takeaways. So let them speak as to what are the takeaways, and then you collate it for them and stress out that these are the things that we need to remember, and of course link it to the goals that you had set along with them at the beginning of the unit. So if you see, pretty much it's the same kind of flow that we have for the different modules. So you will see the module, you will see the explanation for the teacher, the concise summary of what are you going to do in this unit. It talks about the goals. So the goals are set for the children as well. Like for this one, wherein we are talking about don't fall for fake, we are talking about what people tell you online isn't necessarily true. Learn how scams work and determine the validity of information and messages online. And how do you, when you look at scenarios, when you do collaborative work, there are activities where you get the children to do collaborative work. And when the children do these kind of collaborative activities in the classroom with you, you will realize the conclusions will come from them. You will not have to do much on getting them to understand that this is what I wanted you to understand in this strategy or this activity. They will tell you that this is what they found out. The activities are really structured very well, and without fail, it comes to the same kind of conclusion. So you will be able to construct these situations in your own classrooms by giving them the resources which are there in the handbook, and you will be able to execute this. So this is your second unit, where you are looking at the URL, the websites, and you get the children to guess which are real websites, which are fake, and why do you think they are fake. So for instance, if you look at this one here, it's called WashingtonPost.com, but instead of G, there's a Q written. So the children should look at it very carefully and look at whether this is a real website or a fake one. Now, this curriculum, it says it is from grade 2 to grade 6. It actually has it in print. But we have seen that even class 12 has been able to implement this program by doing this themselves. And in one school that I observed myself, the 11th and 12th class children actually executed this entire program for their younger students. So Silver Line in Ghaziabad did it as well. So you can, frame this in such a way that you do some of the sessions, and the older children, you can call them cyber captains or whatever you want to make them, or you can call them internauts, and you can get them to execute this program for you. So that's entirely up to you and your school as to how you want to execute this. Again, you see that in the second unit, there is a takeaway, and so you make sure that you follow that with the children as well. So here, again, you will see the unit, the module 3, which is Be Internet Strong. This is actually one of the very popular units. The children love making these passwords and, testing them out and asking people to guess. So these activities start with what we have been doing in the physical sessions, is that we've got them to do the do's and the don'ts. We give them this, and make them understand when you are making a password, what are the things that you should do and what are the things that you shouldn't do. And then we get them to create a password on Post-its. And the children have created these passwords, and we have deliberated these with them. And it's something that the children really enjoy while creating these passwords. They also understand that how can they make something difficult for people to guess. So this is an activity which again has a follow-up discussion point and the takeaways. We also have the fourth unit, which is Be Internet Kind. A lot of this, like I said, has empathy, emotions, and feelings. So make sure that the children are doing that. These scenarios which have been created are beautifully done. And if you think that you want to just go photocopy these scenarios and give them out to the children, or you can get them to write on their notebooks and get into groups and discuss this. But you will see that the number of scenarios are just enough for children to understand different situations. So the scenarios are really nicely done. For the little ones, of course, you can have verbal discussions in groups with maybe post-its or something. And for the older children, you can get them to write in their notebooks and have discussions over days, a day or two, because these scenarios, when you start discussing them, one conversation takes place and then it adds another facet to it, and the older children actually enjoy talking these. And when you have had these scenario discussions with them, you will see that very soon the children realize that this is something which has happened to them, or happened to their friend or their mom or their grandparents or whatever, and very quickly they start relating to this. And you will see children doing that very often when scenarios are being discussed. So here, this worksheet, all the worksheets are very nicely done. Like I said, Be Internet Awesome is a program for educators. So you go ahead and photocopy this, distribute it with the children, play with the children, work with them. Be Internet Awesome program is very happy for you to do that, unless and until you don't, sell something which is related to them. So using them in the schools is perfectly all right. So go ahead and photocopy these, and you will see even the fifth module just goes on to get the children to understand scenario discussion, and then you have the what are the takeaways for this entire thing. So that is the 5 modules, and like I said, I will be talking about the curriculum, and we will be going page by page in the day 2 of this webinar, where we will talk about how this entire booklet can be implemented, like I said, if you want, for the whole year, and you can have a sustainable cybersecurity program in your school running year after year. And very soon you will see that the children will take ownership of this, and they will be able to execute these activities and then invent some activities as well. So this is the program which we will be talking to you about on Friday. And if I go back to the website and just one last time go through the various steps that you need for certification. So for the certification, like I said, we will be looking at for you all to attend the 2 webinars. That is one that is being done today, and the one which will be held on Friday. So you have to attend these 2 webinars. The Q&A session invite will be sent to all who have come in today, and we will be sending you invites for this. And you can, switch on your mic and you can speak your questions, and we will make sure that you are answered. You will prepare the program for the children and then execute it. You have to execute it for a minimum of 40 to 45 students for the certification. Your students and you both get certified once the submission is done. The evidence I've told you could be a video, it could be a PowerPoint presentation, a Google slide deck, or it could be 8 to 10 pictures or images or photographs that you have of your program that you have implemented. And of course, you have to use the assessments tag, and you have to go on right at the bottom and you have to give us your student training completion form. Once you have submitted this, we will be able to give you the certificate for you and for the students. And of course, like I said, if you get nominated by your school, you can then go ahead and do the Master Trainer program as well. So there are dates for that. The circulars have already gone to the schools by CBSE. You can go on to the CBSE website and look at those. And you just be rest assured that any kind of support that you want will be provided to you by my team at Mahattattva. So with that, I think we come to an end of this session for today, and we will be meeting you on Friday again to tell you more about the curriculum, and anything that you have that you want to ask us, please do write in, and we will make sure that your questions are answered. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in, and we will see you on Friday. Bye bye.